A young woman vanished without a trace, trapped by a system that turned real people into scripted characters. Behind it all, a faceless director rewrote lives for an unseen audience, erasing free will. But when Monica's message survived and her old sketchbook resurfaced, her allies found a way to flip the script. And just wait until you see how this surreal nightmare ends and why freedom, in the end, won.
Monica Ruiz typed like a storm was coming. Her nails were chewed raw, blood staining the spacebar. The office was silent except for the hum of fluorescent lights and the furious clicks of her keyboard. Each word she wrote came with the weight of urgency. She didn't blink, didn't pause. Her body trembled, but her hands moved with machine-like precision. "It's in the square. Don't answer calls from my number." She read it back once, then sent it. Her eyes darted to the hallway. The timestamp read 12:41 a.m. The elevator dinged. She flinched, her breath caught. She wasn't supposed to be here. No one was, not at this hour. She shoved her phone under the keyboard. It vibrated once, then again. She didn't check the screen. She walked fast toward the corridor. Not a run, a controlled panic. The elevator door opened. She wasn't seen again. At 3:47 a.m., the janitor arrived. Her chair spun slowly. The computer screen was black. He called security. They watched the footage on loop. She just walked out? No, she disappeared mid-frame, literally vanished. Detective Kyle Jensen watched the video 100 times. Monica's face in the final seconds haunted him. Fear like that didn't come from panic. It came from knowledge. She knew something was coming. He visited the office himself. There were no signs of forced entry, no broken glass, no fingerprints besides Monica's. The only clue, a single email sent 12:41 a.m. to 3 people, her sister, her boss, and one unlisted address. "It's in the square. Don't answer calls from my number." No one understood it. The square? What was in the square? And why shouldn't they answer? 3 years passed. Her mother stopped celebrating birthdays. Her father stopped speaking. Her sister kept her room exactly the same. Her ex-boyfriend, Jordan, started a channel, Finding Monica. Dozens of videos, interviews, locations, theories. None of it led anywhere. Until one Tuesday morning, downtown. The city had just installed new benches. Old statues were being repaired. A maintenance worker named Russ knocked the chisel against the marble base of the plaza statue. He heard a sound, a soft vibration, then another. He knelt, put his ear to the stone. Buzz, buzz. Then a ringtone from inside. He stumbled backward and called it in. Police arrived. So did Kyle Jensen. The statue had no seams, no compartments. It was solid. But the vibration continued. Buzz, buzz. They used a rotary saw to cut into the base. The noise echoed across the square. A crowd gathered. Phones filmed. Kyle crouched low as they pulled something out from the hollowed stone. A phone. Screen lit. The lock screen. Monica Ruiz. 237 missed calls. All from Monica Ruiz. Kyle couldn't move. "This isn't possible." "It's her phone, sir. Registered number. Same IMEI. Battery still charged." "She's been gone 3 years." The phone vibrated again. Another call. The ID said Monica Ruiz. Jordan arrived 10 minutes later. He stared at the phone like it was a ghost. "She never went anywhere without it." "You sure?" "Positive. It's in all her photos. The case, the scratches, it's hers." Kyle picked it up. His thumb hovered over the screen. It rang once more. He answered. "Monica?" Silence. Then static. And a voice. "Get out." Click. Kyle looked at the officer beside him. "Trace it." The officer nodded. He knew deep in his gut this was no prank. Something about Monica's final message, the calls, the way she looked in that last frame of security footage. This wasn't just a missing person case. This was something else. Something watching, something scripting. And it had just turned the page. Kyle stood over the evidence bag. The phone glowed like it had a pulse. Screen cracked. Notifications frozen in time. He didn't blink. Is this a joke? Forensics confirms. It's hers, Lou said. Batteries shouldn't even last this long. Kyle tapped the glass. 237 missed calls. All from Monica. All to Monica. Same number? Exact. No spoofing. Full metadata match. He scrolled the log. One call every 60 seconds. 3 hours straight. She called herself? Lou's mouth twitched. From what phone? Silence. Kyle swallowed hard. Last known signal? Lou flipped her notebook. Pinged from a grid substation, edge of the industrial sector, abandoned since 2016. He nodded, but his gut was already twisting. The door opened. Jordan stormed in. You said I'd be the first to know. You are, Kyle said. Do you recognize this? Jordan's face dropped. That's her case. Same crack on the corner. She never replaced it. Said it felt lucky. Kyle looked him dead in the eye. She ever say anything about the square? Jordan's throat tightened. She hated it. Why? She said people there didn't move right. Like they weren't real. Like they were directed. Kyle raised an eyebrow. Directed? She called it her sketching zone, but she never showed me any sketches. Said the square felt alive, like it was watching her. Kyle reached into the case files, pulled out a stack of Monica's old journals. He opened one. Routine entries, appointments, anxieties. Then something odd. A page completely blacked out, except 4 words. The lines are not real. Jordan saw it. His hands trembled. She said that once. She was drunk. Said she figured something out, something big. Told me she sent an email I should never open. Kyle leaned in. You opened it? No, it was gone. She deleted it before I got home. Said I'd thank her one day. Kyle paced. She had no history of hallucinations? No. Passed psych evaluations every quarter at work. She wasn't crazy. She was scared. Kyle closed the file. He stared at the wall, then back at the phone. She saw something, and she knew it wasn't right. Lou returned. We dug deeper into the statue's history. Kyle nodded. Talk to me. Installed in 2015, supposedly a grant-funded piece. But the nonprofit behind it doesn't exist. No address, no artist. The company listed is a shell. No employees. Registered offshore. Jordan stepped back. She always sat near that statue. She said it made her stomach turn. Kyle rubbed his temple. So we've got a fake statue, a phone that rings after 3 years, calls from the missing victim to herself, and now we're looking at a substation transmitting from the past. He turned to Lou. Pull the utility map. I want that substation. Every inch. Every cable. Jordan looked at the evidence board. Can I see the footage again? Kyle nodded. The video played. Monica typing, frantic, her face white. She hit send. Looked left. Her pupils dilated. She whispered something the camera didn't catch. Then she was gone. Jordan leaned in. Can you zoom in? Lou magnified the frame. Monica's lips moved just before she vanished. Kyle squinted. What's she saying? Lou isolated the audio, boosted it. One word. Rewrite. Jordan's breath caught. What does that mean? Kyle didn't answer. He stared at Monica's phone. Another vibration. Same caller ID. Monica Ruiz. But the call didn't connect. It never rang aloud. Just buzzed. Kyle stood still. Then slowly lifted the bag. Who was she calling from inside a sealed statue? He looked at Lou. More importantly, who answered? The phone rang again. Kyle stared at it, vibrating, defiant, alive. Caller ID, Monica Ruiz. Lou took a step back. It's not possible. He answered. Hello? Static. Then her voice. Get out. Get out of the building now. His pulse spiked. Monica? Click. Dead air. Jordan whispered, "That was her. That was her." Kyle didn't wait. "Get the substation now." They were in the car before the lights finished shutting down in the evidence room. The substation was exactly where the record said, miles outside city limits. Powerless, abandoned, a shell. It had been inactive for years, but fresh tire marks carved into the dirt. Kyle's boot hit the gravel first. Padlock, rusted but new. He cut it. Lou followed with a flashlight. Jordan trailed, silent. Inside, silence. Broken glass, dead rodents, dust an inch thick. But past the fuse boards and cooling fans, one door pulsed green. They opened it. It was humming. Old servers lined the walls, early 2000s models. Their fans wheezed. Blinking lights pulsed steady like a heartbeat. Lou stared. How are these still powered? Kyle pointed. Diesel generator. Someone wired it to bypass the mains. She glanced up. Who? He didn't answer. At the far end, one terminal glowed. Username, M. Ruiz. Kyle sat, connected his laptop. A list of files loaded, hundreds, some text, some video, all tagged with timestamps going back 10 years. But one jumped out. MonicaCam7.mp4. He clicked. The screen filled with her face. She was alive. Gaunt, pale, same outfit from the night she vanished. She looked directly into the lens. Her voice cracked. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I was never supposed to find out, but I did. And they put me here. She looked around. Bare walls, no door in sight. She pointed behind her. It's not a prison. It's a loop. This isn't now. This is always. Her eyes watered. Get out. Don't answer. The screen went black. Kyle slammed the keyboard. That's it. Where's the rest? Lou checked the file log. There's more, but encrypted. I need time. Jordan stepped back. She's alive. We saw her. That's real. Kyle shook his head. No, it's a recording. Could be years old. No, that's not what I mean. Jordan walked to the far rack. His flashlight caught something. A photo. Taped to the wall. It was Monica, in the square. Date stamped 2 weeks ago. Behind her stood a man. Kyle. Same jacket, same shoes, eyes closed. Lou froze. That's today's uniform. Kyle stared. That's impossible. More photos. Dozens. Monica watching Jordan from behind a tree. Monica in the cafe across from the police station. Monica at the substation door. Each stamped with dates stretching from 2018 to yesterday. Kyle opened a drawer beneath the terminal. Found another phone. Dead battery. Same model, same crack. Monica's. He turned to Lou. Is this a loop or a game? Jordan gripped the edge of the desk. We're being watched. Every second. Kyle whispered. Then who's pressing record? Suddenly, every monitor lit up. Static. Then Monica's face. Only now her eyes weren't pleading. They were resigned. Her voice cracked. You're not supposed to be here, she said. Jordan whispered. She's talking now, not a video. I warned you, Monica said. You opened the wrong door. The screens turned to black, and every server began to reboot. Lou shouted, they're wiping it. Kyle grabbed the hard drive. I'm not leaving empty-handed. Jordan turned back. I'm not leaving empty-handed. From behind them, a soft whir. The far wall slid open. A new corridor, dimly lit, downward. Jordan exhaled. That's not on any blueprint. Kyle stepped forward. If we go down, we don't come back the same. Jordan didn't hesitate. I'm already not the same. They entered the hallway.
and behind them, the door sealed shut.
Kyle backed away from the screen like it had burned him. She's alive. Or was, or that was recorded recently, Lou said. Look at the timestamp. Kyle leaned in. 2 weeks ago. The second the words left his mouth, his phone buzzed. Unknown number. Lou reached out. Don't. He answered. This is Kyle. A pause. Then a voice, low, male, calm. You're already in. You might as well keep going. Kyle's fingers tightened. Who is this? You'll know soon. If you live long enough. Click. The line dropped. He stared at the screen. Another file blinked into the list. Access_granted.mp4. He clicked. The video showed the downtown square. Normal day. Commuters, coffee drinkers, kids with backpacks. Then they all paused. At once. Not like they were distracted, like a director yelled, cut. Then they moved again. Same direction, same stride, perfect sync, eyes forward. Jordan whispered, actors. Monica's voice echoed in Kyle's head. The square was staged. The video ended with a single image, GPS coordinates. Kyle read him aloud. We're going. Lou shook her head. We tell command first. No time. They'll pull you off the case. That's why we don't tell them. Jordan stepped up. I'm going too. If she's out there, I need to see her. Lou looked at them both. Her face set. Fine, but we're doing this smart. I'll run recon from the car. No hero moves. They followed the coordinates. Not to a building, not to a person. To a grid marker in the square itself. Jordan squinted. It's just bricks. Kyle paced. Check spacing. Anything loose. They stepped carefully. Tourists bustled around them. Lou knelt. Her fingers traced an edge. One tile didn't sit flush. She pried it open. A cavity, 6 inches deep. Inside, nothing but a micro SIM card and a piece of paper. Kyle read it aloud. Monica_RP_draft.log. Lou scanned the card. Encrypted, but the signature, it's artificial. Jordan frowned. Meaning, Lou looked up. It wasn't typed. It was generated. And the structure, it mimics script format. Kyle stood. Like a play? No, like reality, written as code. He felt the air shift. People around them turned. Not fast, not aggressive, just synchronized, all looking their way. Jordan's voice dropped. They see us. Kyle grabbed the tile, closed the gap. The people returned to normal, just like that. He exhaled. What the hell is this? Lou's laptop beeped. Files opening. It's scenes, dialogue, actions. Kyle read over her shoulder. Lines describing Monica's last moments, her typing, her panic, her email, written before the night she disappeared. Jordan stepped back. So she wasn't paranoid. She found her own script. Kyle whispered, and rewrote it. Another line appeared on the file as they watched. Kyle opens the file. Lou steps back. Jordan begins to shake. Jordan shouted, "Stop reading!" Lou slammed the laptop shut. Kyle stared at the SIM in his palm. We're not in control. Another buzz from his phone. Unknown number. He turned the screen. New message. Scene 5 starts now. Kyle looked up. All around them, people froze again and turned, one by one, all smiling. Jordan whispered, "Don't move." Kyle spoke through clenched teeth. This isn't real. It's choreography. Lou gritted her jaw. Then who's holding the camera? Behind them, a sound. Click. A lens shutter. From atop the statue, a drone hovered, red light blinking. Kyle raised his voice. "We see you." A loudspeaker crackled. A voice distorted. "You're still reading the script." Lou shouted, "We're breaking it." "No," the voice replied. "You're performing it." The drone rose higher, and from its undercarriage, a speaker dropped, broadcasting Monica's voice, looped. "This isn't now. This is always. Don't answer." Jordan covered his ears. Kyle gripped the SIM, and the speaker said something new. something no one had heard yet. Rewrite begins in 5.
The theater district was a skeleton. Cracked glass, faded posters, wind howling between broken marquees. Kyle drove slowly, headlights sweeping across decades of decay. They pulled up to the Orpheus stage, its sign barely clinging to rusted metal hooks. Letters missing, lights shattered. All except one. Room 9. Jordan stepped out first. She mentioned this place once, said it creeped her out. Kyle didn't speak. He was already moving. They entered through a side door. Paint peeled off the walls like skin. The air smelled of mold and memory. Velvet curtains hung thick, red as dried blood. Their footsteps echoed across the warped floorboards. The stage loomed ahead. At its center, a mannequin sat, propped perfectly, arms resting on its knees. A single bulb above it swayed gently, casting rhythmic shadows like a slow metronome. On the mannequin's lap, a phone. Same model, same crack. Monica's. Jordan stopped cold. I can't. Kyle reached out. We answer together. The screen lit. Caller ID, Monica Ruiz. They pressed accept. Nothing. Then a whisper. Behind you. They turned. Empty. No footsteps, no sound. Then static exploded through the speaker. Monica's voice broke through, shaky, rushed. They record, rewrite, reassign. Everyone's a role. Get out before you're cast. Jordan grabbed the edge of the curtain. Cast? Lou scanned the sides, found a thin seam in the wall behind the backdrop. She pushed. A hatch opened. Stairs descended into black. No lights, no sound. Only breath and the groan of old wood. They went down. The first level was a corridor. Brick walls, damp, lined with framed headshots. Dozens, maybe hundreds. All identical. All Monica. Different hairstyles, different outfits, different eras. Each labeled draft, version, retake. Jordan stopped. What is this? Kyle stepped closer. Versions. Not clones, not photoshops. Drafts. Lou whispered, like someone kept rewriting her. At the end of the hall, a door. They opened it. Rows of desks, computers, microphones. A studio, but silent, abandoned. Scripts scattered across the floor. Kyle picked one up. Scene, breakup in park, dialogue revision 6. He flipped through. Lines for Monica, lines for Jordan. Word for word, things they had actually said. Jordan grabbed another. Fight in apartment, take 4. His eyes widened. This isn't possible. Kyle whispered, it already happened. Another folder caught Lou's attention. It read, new casting, pending roles. She opened it. Inside, pages listing names, some with photos. Kyle's, Lou's, Jordan's. Next to each, role status, unconfirmed. Jordan shook. Are we part of this? Kyle slammed a fist against the wall. We became part of it. Lou stared down the next hallway. So where's the director? A projector flicked on by itself. Behind them, the screen lit up. Footage began. Jordan walking through his apartment. Kyle asleep in his car. Lou eating lunch on the rooftop. All silent, all dated within the past week. Jordan backed away. They've been filming everything. Then a new clip played. Monica, sitting across from a table, tied, tears on her face. No one listens. They just perform.
even when they think they're real. She looked up, straight at them. I tried to quit. They rewrote me. I tried to scream. They looped it. You're not actors, you're drafts. And now they need replacements. The feed cut. Lou pointed. At the edge of the studio, another mannequin. This one wasn't plastic. It was skin. Breathing. Its face, Jordan's. Jordan screamed, "No, no, what is this?" Kyle pulled him back. Lou shouted, "Go!" They ran through the next door, a stairwell, deeper down, and from above, the mannequin opened its eyes.
The hallway was impossibly long. Cold air clawed at their skin. Mirrors stretched down both sides, but not one gave a true reflection. Instead, each pane flickered with scenes like living memories. Monica sipping coffee, Monica hooked to monitors, Monica sprinting through rain. Jordan's voice cracked. "She's not in one place, she's in all of them." Kyle couldn't look away. In one mirror, Monica screamed silently. In another, she wrote something on a window in reverse. His heart hammered. Then a terminal caught his eye. Cast directory. He approached. A touchscreen interface blinked alive. Rows of names, pictures, titles. He scrolled. Monica Ruiz, subject 0, status active. Jordan peered over his shoulder. What the hell is this? Kyle's thumb hesitated. Then he scrolled down. His own name appeared. Kyle Jensen, rolled detective, status looping. He froze. Jordan whispered, "What does that mean?" Kyle didn't answer. Jordan pushed past and typed his own name. Jordan Cass, role emotional anchor, status drafted. Kyle stumbled back from the screen. They wrote us in, from the beginning. Then Lou stepped forward. Her name wasn't there. She stared. Nothing. Not even a blank line. "I'm not listed." She said it calmly, too calmly. "I was never part of this. I was—" Her voice trailed off. She blinked, then smiled. Not a real smile. The same smile they'd seen in the square. Frozen, perfect, wrong. Jordan stepped back. "Lou?" She tilted her head, eyes vacant, then turned and walked away. Mechanical, smooth, rehearsed. Kyle reached out. "Lou, fight it! You're stronger than this!" No response. She disappeared into the darkness behind the mirrors. Jordan's hands trembled. "She's gone. She wasn't even—" "She was real to us," Kyle muttered. "That's what matters." Then silence pressed down like a weight. The mirrors stopped flickering. All froze on a single image. A script page. Typed, neat, familiar font. Dialogue, Kyle questions truth. Dialogue, Jordan asks who wrote this. A door creaked at the end of the corridor. Both turned. A figure stood silhouette in the frame. She stepped forward. Monica. But not Monica. Her hair was tied tighter, her posture stiffer, her expression like someone mid-performance. In her hand, Monica's old ID badge. Blood smeared across the photo. She smiled. "Welcome to rehearsal." Jordan's voice broke. "Monica?" She nodded. "One version. There've been many." Kyle stood tall. "You left clues. You wanted out." "I did, once." She tossed the ID at his feet. "But I was recast, promoted. I adapted." Jordan stepped forward. "Why us?" "Because the script needed tension. You needed motivation. And Kyle, well, Kyle always asks the right questions." Kyle's jaw clenched. "Then answer one. Who's writing this?" She walked past them, dragging fingers across a mirror. "They are." "Them who?" She looked back. "The audience." Jordan laughed bitterly. "What audience?" Monica raised a brow. "Don't you feel watched?" The mirrors lit up again. Every pane now showed them, in real time. From different angles.
From their childhood bedrooms, from last week's coffee shop, from Monica's office. Kyle's breath caught. This isn't surveillance. This is omnipresence. Monica whispered, "This isn't now. This is always." The words echoed. The same line from her underground video. Jordan grabbed Kyle's arm. "We need to go." "No," Kyle said. "We need to break this." Monica smiled wider. "Then rewrite. But know this, every draft bleeds." The door behind her opened. A room glowed white. Monica stepped aside. "You wanted truth? Go direct." Jordan hesitated. Kyle stepped forward, and the mirrors shattered behind them.
The lights buzzed above them. Dim, unsettling. Monica stepped into the center of the chamber like it was a stage. Her posture perfect, her voice smooth, hollow. "You shouldn't have followed the calls." Kyle took a step forward, his voice cracked. "Monica, is it really you?" She smiled, but something in her expression was wrong, like a mask that didn't quite fit. Monica was the first, the others adapted. Jordan's jaw clenched. Adapted to what? She tilted her head, like trying to understand a bad question. "The stage. The director requires performance. You entered mid-act, uninvited." Kyle looked past her. The walls flickered to life, dozens of monitors showing live feeds from all around the city. Office lobbies, sidewalks, living rooms, bedrooms. "You're broadcasting this?" Monica didn't blink. Not broadcast, recorded, for review. Jordan stormed toward one of the screens. "Who's watching?" She moved faster than expected, one step, cutting him off. Not who, what? Kyle turned to the terminal beside him, scrolled the cast list again. Dozens of names. Some were crossed out, some duplicated. He froze. Clones? Monica shook her head slowly. No, drafts, variations. Scenes need options. Editors choose what fits. Suddenly, the ground shook. A low mechanical hum filled the air. The wall behind Monica slid open. A corridor appeared, cold, sterile, glowing white. Inside, pods. Rows of them. Each one held a version of Monica. Eyes shut, frozen in different poses. One in a lab coat, one in gym clothes, one with blood on her face. Kyle stumbled back. "This is industrial." Jordan's voice broke. "Why? What's the point?" Monica stepped between them and the exit. "You're not here to understand. You're here to finish your part." Kyle's fists clenched. "We didn't sign up for this." "You already had lines. You just didn't see the script." Jordan whispered. "Then what now? You delete us?" The lights flickered overhead. Red strobes pulsed from the ceiling. A booming voice echoed across the chamber. "Act 7 complete. Prepare for rewrite." The floor panels shifted beneath them. New walls slid into place. Furniture moved on hidden tracks. A set formed. A living room. Jordan's eyes widened. "No, I know this. This is my old house." He looked to the couch. A figure sat there. His mother. But she hadn't aged. She turned slowly, smiling. "Dinner's ready, sweetheart." Jordan backed away. "No, this isn't real." Monica's voice softened. "What is real? Performance? Perception? You chose this scene once. The system just remembered." Kyle turned to run, but the door was gone, replaced by another wall. A window opened above them, not to the outside, but to rows of empty seats. A theater. The spotlight hit them. Monica raised her arms. "Take your places." Jordan screamed, "No, get me out." She stepped forward, touching his forehead gently. "You're already in the scene. Just say your line." Kyle grabbed the nearest chair, smashed it against the glass wall. Nothing budged. He turned to Monica. If we were written in, we can write out. Monica smiled wider. Then, be quick. The rewrite starts now. A countdown flashed on the wall. 30. 29. Jordan dropped to his knees. Kyle, rewrite what? We don't have the pen. Kyle reached into his jacket. Monica's sketchbook. He flipped it open. Blank. But then, ink began to bleed through the page. Letters formed. Scene selection. Exit. Choose character to remove. Jordan looked up. Kyle, don't choose me. The countdown hit 20. Monica whispered, or don't choose at all. Let the scene collapse. See what survives. Kyle's hand shook over the page. Someone has to go. Monica stepped back into the shadows, and the audience began to clap.
Kyle yanked Jordan by the arm. Run! They tore down the corridor, past Monica, who stood still, lips moving like a broken puppet. She's mouthing lines, Jordan shouted. I don't care, Kyle yelled. Just move. The hallway twisted behind them. Floor tiles rotated like stage panels. Doors melted into blank walls. Mirrors blinked out and returned, different reflections, different versions of them. This whole place is changing, Jordan gasped. No, it's rewriting, Kyle said. They burst into the lobby and stopped cold. Hundreds of mannequins lined the room, still, upright, posed like living statues. Every single one had a familiar face. Jordan's knees buckled. Oh my God, that's my mom. That's... He turned. My fifth-grade teacher. That's your partner, Lou. They were perfect copies, wax-smooth skin, eyes open. Some blinked. Jordan's mother twitched. She blinked. Slow, deliberate. Kyle grabbed his arm. Don't stop. They charged for the door. As they reached it, metal slammed down in front of them, locking tight. A voice crackled overhead. Exiting before the finale triggers deletion. Jordan pounded on the door. Let us out! Let us out! Behind them, the monitors turned on, one by one. Dozens, then hundreds. Every screen showed footage. Kyle, sleeping, eating, typing at his desk. Jordan, walking through the city, hanging up Monica's missing posters, crying alone on a bench. Kyle stared, pale. They've been watching us. No, Jordan whispered, they've been writing us. Then, a new screen, footage from just seconds ago. Kyle and Jordan running down the hallway. We're already inside the story, Kyle said. Jordan backed up. What happens if we stay? A new voice answered, soft, feminine, unfamiliar. You become permanent cast. No more edits, no more agency. Kyle shook his head. I'm not part of this. We're not part of this. You were cast the moment you found the phone, the voice said. The moment you asked who wrote the script. Jordan staggered back, digging into his coat. Monica's sketchbook. He opened it. Blank pages. One fluttered out, landed face up. Black ink bled across the surface, letters forming. You write the end. Kyle stared. What does that mean? I think we can change the scene, Jordan said. Write our way out. Kyle looked around. Mannequins began to twitch, fingers flexing, heads jerking side to side. They're waking up. Jordan held the book tight. How do I start? Start with truth, Kyle said. Whatever's real, put it on the page. Jordan's hand shook. He wrote, We remember who we are. All mannequins froze. Every screen glitched, then rebooted. Kyle blinked. Did it work? Jordan turned the page, wrote again. The door unlocks. The metal doors behind them hissed, unlatched, slowly swung open. Kyle exhaled. Okay, let's go. They stepped forward, then stopped. A mannequin stepped in front of the exit. Monica's face. But wrong. Smeared makeup, eyes red. She whispered,
That's not your ending. More mannequins moved, dozens, then all. They converged, forming a circle, trapping them in. Jordan flipped another page. I need more words, something stronger. Kyle stared at the statues. They don't want out. They're part of the scripts now. Jordan wrote fast. We erase the cast. Monitors screamed. One by one, mannequins dropped, like puppets cut from strings. The circle broke. Only one stood now, the red-eyed Monica. She stepped forward. Erase me and lose the truth. Jordan raised the pen. Do it, Kyle said. Jordan hesitated. What if she is Monica? The red-eyed smiled. You don't know the original, only the draft. Jordan whispered, we erase the imposter. He pressed the pen to paper and wrote, the false Monica disappears. The red-eyed one convulsed, screamed, then dissolved into static. Silence. Kyle looked at the open door. Beyond it, real daylight, wind, noise, life. Let's go. But Jordan stood frozen. He looked down at the book. New words appeared. Ending requires sacrifice. Kyle read it too. What does that mean? Jordan turned another page. One sentence waited for them. Only one can exit. Kyle swallowed. No, 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 that's not fair. Jordan shook his head. It's still a script, still rules. We'll break them. How? We write a new one. Kyle took the book from Jordan, scrawled, no one dies. The lights exploded overhead. An alarm howled. The monitors all displayed a single word, invalid. Jordan shouted, it won't let us. Then another page turned by itself and wrote, choose. Behind them, the mannequins rose again. Jordan whispered, we're out of time. Kyle grabbed the pen and held it still over the paper. Do we let it choose? Jordan met his eyes. I think it already did. One mannequin stepped forward. Kyle's face. Jordan grabbed the sketchbook, scribbled desperately, and the lights went black.
We escaped the lobby. The doors open. The exit creaked. Unlocked. Kyle lunged forward, pushed the doors wide. Blinding sunlight poured in. Warm wind, cars humming, people laughing. Downtown, unchanged. Jordan gasped. We did it! We're out! But the sky glitched, one flicker, then another, like a corrupted file skipping frames. Kyle's voice snapped. Don't stop. It's not real yet. It's balancing. Jordan scribbled again. Monica appears, fully aware, free. The crowd shifted. From it, Monica stepped forward. Hair tangled, clothes dirty, eyes wild, but lucid. Where am I? She whispered. Kyle caught her in his arms. You're safe. We pulled you out. But then her skin pulsed, briefly transparent. Veins glowed blue. Her cheek rippled like water. Jordan backed up. It's copying again. She's not stable. Across the square, every pedestrian froze, all at once. Then, like puppets, they spoke in unison. The script must finish, perform, or be deleted. Their mouths moved mechanically. Their eyes didn't blink. Jordan turned. Write us out, now. Kyle shouted, anywhere isolated, no people, no signal. Jordan scribbled, we're in the mountains, cold, pine trees, no watchers. The air snapped. The world blinked. And suddenly, trees. Pine needles underfoot, thin mountain air, silence. They were alone. Jordan collapsed to his knees. It worked, he whispered. Then a thud behind them. Monica dropped to the ground. Her body twitched, sparks spit from her jawline. No, no, she moaned. I'm tethered. Too many layers, too long. Kyle caught her head. What does that mean? I was written and rewritten, so many versions. My real body, lost. This is just a draft that made it through.
Jordan flipped the book open again. Then tell us what to write, how to fix it. She opened her mouth, then froze. Her head tilted back. White light poured from her eyes. A voice, not hers, emerged. The scene is incomplete. Sacrifice required. Ending requires consumption. Jordan shouted, "What sacrifice?" The voice hissed, "The origin." Kyle looked down at the sketchbook. Still open, still waiting. "Burn the book," Monica whispered weakly. "It's the tether. It's the set. The script dies when the page is ash." Jordan hesitated. "If we do that, then what? We vanish too?" I don't know," Monica said. "But as long as it exists, so does the performance." Kyle reached into his coat, pulled his lighter, but Jordan didn't move. He stared at the pages. Lines they wrote, scenes they shaped, the world they bent. He whispered, "What if we're nothing without it?" Kyle met his eyes. "Then we'll finally be free of the director." Jordan trembled, nodded. Kyle flicked the lighter, held it to the bottom corner. The paper curled, smoke twisted upward. The flames took fast. Pages blackened, curled, crumbled. Suddenly, the world shook. Wind howled. Trees bent backward like pulled curtains. The sky split, ripped open like a stage ceiling crashing down. Voices screamed, the crowd from the city, the mannequins, the frozen pedestrians, all collapsing into sparks. Monica convulsed, then stilled. Her eyes closed. Her body stopped glitching. For a moment, just a moment, she looked human, peaceful. The ground split open behind them, a void, endless black. Kyle and Jordan held hands, watched the book disintegrate into ash. Jordan whispered, "Did we end it?" The world cracked again, and all went white.
Jordan hesitated, the flame flickering in Kyle's hand, casting long shadows across Monica's face. "If I burn it, we lose control." Monica didn't flinch. "Exactly. That's the point. That's the only way it becomes real." Kyle looked at her, then at Jordan. No words left, just fire. He dropped the match onto the open page. The sketchbook caught instantly, pages curling inward, black ink liquefying into red. Smoke spiraled fast, twisting like a living thing. The ground trembled. First a rumble, then violent convulsions. Trees cracked, soil split. Overhead, the sky shattered, not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally shattered, like glass. From the split above, something massive stirred. A lid opened, and behind it, an eye, gigantic, watching. Not metaphor, not dream, real. It blinked. The voice that followed had no source, no mouth, no speakers, just omnipresence. "The script is broken." Jordan covered his ears. Monica didn't move, her face soft, finally at peace. "I think that's what it wanted," she said, "something unpredictable." Kyle watched the sketchbook vanish into ash. "Then we finally live." Silence. No fade to black, just cut. Morning. Light through window blinds. Jordan opened his eyes, breath caught in his throat. His bed, his room, the band poster, the old crack in the wall, his phone buzzing beside him. Kyle jolted awake on his couch, apartment intact, mug of cold coffee still on the table. No mannequins, no code, no loops. He ran to the mirror. His reflection stared back. Not frozen, not rewritten, just him, alive, present. Then Monica, sitting on the bench in the square, breathing. She looked at her hands. Skin was solid, no shimmer. Her heart racing, not scripted, just real. She looked up.
The statue was gone. The entire plaza had reset. No stage lights, no mannequins, just city sounds, traffic, pigeons, people. She smiled. Then a buzz. Her phone. Not the one buried inside marble. Her real phone, buzzing in her pocket. She pulled it out. Screen lit. One missed call. Unknown. She stared. Paused. The call ended. She didn't answer. She stood, dropped the phone, and crushed it under her heel. Somewhere deep, past networks, beyond fiber, under code, a final file updated. The cast list, once filled with looping names, rewritten roles, frozen lives. Now, every name dissolved. One word appeared beside each. Free. Then, just before blackout, one flicker. A new entry appeared. Subject, you. Status, observing.